VBA Programming Main Article. Visual Basic for applications. The Windows version of Excel supports programming through Microsoft's Visual Basic for applications VBA, which is a dialect of Visual Basic. Programming with VBA allows spreadsheet manipulation that is awkward or impossible with standard spreadsheet techniques. Programmers may write code directly using the Visual Basic Editor VBA, which includes a window for writing code, debugging code, and code module organization environment. The user can implement numerical methods as well as automating tasks such as formatting or data organization in VBA 13 and guide the calculation using any desired intermediate results reported back to the spreadsheet. VBA was removed from Mac Excel 2008 as the developers did not believe that a timely release would allow porting the VBA engine natively to Mac OS X. VBA was restored in the next version, Mac Excel 2011-14, although the build lacks support for ActiveX objects, impacting some high-level developer tools. 15. A common and easy way to generate VBA code is by using the macro recorder. 16. The macro recorder records actions of the user and generates VBA code in the form of a macro. These actions can then be repeated automatically by running the macro. The macros can also be linked to different trigger types like keyboard shortcuts, a command button, or a graphic. The actions in the macro can be executed from these trigger types or from the generic toolbar options. The VBA code of the macro can also be edited in the VBA. Certain features such as loop functions and screen prompts by their own properties and some graphical display items cannot be recorded but must be entered into the VBA module directly by the programmer. Advanced users can employ user prompts to create an interactive program or react to events such as sheets being loaded or changed. Macro recorded code may not be compatible between Excel versions. Some code that is used in Excel 2010 cannot be used in Excel 2003. Making a macro that changes the cell colors and making changes to other aspects of cells may not be backward compatible. VBA code interacts with the spreadsheet through the Excel object model. 17, a vocabulary identifying spreadsheet objects, and a set of supplied functions or methods that enable reading and writing to the spreadsheet and interaction with its users, for example, through custom toolbars or command bars and message boxes. User-created VBA subroutines execute these actions and operate like macros generated using the macro recorder, but are more flexible and efficient. History. From its first version, Excel supported end-user programming of macros, automation of repetitive tasks, and user-defined functions, extension of Excel's built-in function library. In early versions of Excel, these programs were written in a macro language whose statements had formula syntax and resided in the cells of special-purpose macro sheets stored with file extension XLM in Windows. XLM was the default macro language for Excel through Excel 4018. Beginning with version 5.0, Excel recorded macros in VBA by default, but with version 5.0, XLM recording was still allowed as an option. After version 5.0, that option was discontinued. All versions of Excel, including Excel 2010, are capable of running an XLM macro, though Microsoft discourages their use. 19. Charts. Excel supports charts, graphs, or histograms generated from specified groups of cells. The generated graphic component can either be embedded within the current sheet or added as a separate object. These displays are dynamically updated if the content of cells change. For example, suppose that the important design requirements are displayed visually, then, in response to a user's change in trial values for parameters, the curve describing the design change shape and their points of intersection shift, assisting the selection of the best design.